Hello, so last night I watched a pretty fun movie on Netflix which is called Maareesan. It is a newish type of Indian movie that I decided to throw on the telly last night because I was like, you know what, I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a fun film with like a silly concept and enjoyment to be had with that kind of thing, and so there is all of that. But just so you know here, right, this movie does actually star Vadi Valu, and you're probably like, who is that guy? Well, he's actually a famous Indian actor, and the reason why I know this is because there's been a few Indian movies I have seen where he just kind of pops up as a silly character, things like that. If you're outside of India, you don't even watch any of these types of movies, you would be probably thinking like, who is Vadi Valu? But yeah, he is a very kind of famous actor. He likes to take on a lot of silly character roles and things like that. So there is all of that. And so what you do actually need to know about this movie is that obviously it is a 2 hour and a bit kind of film, but it also is about this idea that, Vadi Valu's character, he's going through a condition called Alzheimer's where he doesn't really remember a lot about what happened. For example, like, he could go a day or two without, doing something. You're like, oh, what did I do that day? What did I do this day? What did I do the other day? Sort of thing. And there is kind of a joke in the, trailer where you've got this whole thing about how he doesn't remember his PIN code, and then there's a point throughout the film where he takes a while to even figure out what his PIN code was so that the guy he's with can actually get into his bank account and, take money out of it and stuff like that. So there definitely is all of that. So how did I enjoy this movie? Like I said, it's a fun film, it's entertaining. And so I definitely will say that. I will say that Vadi Valu's performance, it gets a few laughs out of you, and it definitely is a silly movie to just throw on and have a fun time with. So that is all of that, but I will say as well that this movie, it isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's not like a unique film or anything, because it has all of these like crazy twists, turns and reveals, like, oh, there's this guy, he's done a horrible thing, or these people we need to take out. There's things like that in this movie that you've seen a million times in other movies, and also, because it's a dramatic movie with a lot of over the top ideas and things, of course you're going to start to see, crazy shenanigans and plot twists and reveals. But also I do appreciate that while this movie isn't an action movie, there is some fun action scenes with Vadi Valu in the film where, he's like slapping a guy or kicking a guy in the face and all that. Like, I thought that was kind of fun and entertaining to watch. There is a moment in this movie where there is an Indian dance number, but most of the singing in the film is just kind of like Vadi Valu's character and also the other guy he is with just kind of singing on the bike, as they're driving through India and things like that. So I did enjoy that about the movie. I will say that while this movie was 2 hours and 20 something minutes, like long like that, I just didn't really feel it. I was just kind of just enjoying the experience of watching this movie. It's not going to go in my like top 5, top 10 movies of 2025 or anything, but for what it's trying to go for, what it's worth here, I did enjoy this movie, had a good time with it, and that's all I can really add when it comes to this movie. So yeah, if you've got any spare time to watch something on Netflix, I wouldn't mind you watching this movie because it is a fun one. And so yeah, hope you enjoyed this review and stay tuned for more like this one, because yeah, I'm still going to be doing reviews because it's something I just enjoy doing. So yeah, stay tuned for more reviews like this one, and it has been me, James, from the James Rambin Reviews. Bye 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 bye.